Alrighty, welcome everybody. So, new class. So a little intro here, so we might go a little overboard for this class. But so this is similar to the upper body one, but it's gonna be different for the first 4 weeks or so. In that what we're doing today in the next 3 weeks is all about this idea of eccentric training. So just a little science, exercise science 101 here. We have essentially a pedal system to make us go, and we have a brake system to make us stop. So when we're going up like into a squat jump, that's our concentric phase, that's kind of our explosiveness, that's our go, that's our pedal. But we also want, and what declines and deteriorates as we get older, and when we just don't do this very often, so it's kind of irrespective of age here, is going slowly down, all with control. So that's what we're going to be doing for this class and the next few classes. It's all about eccentric training, also called negative training, negatives, slow descents. So all about stability, control. And for these next few weeks, we're actually not going to be needing any weights. So it's going to be all body weight, but rest assured the weights will come soon enough here. Before we get going into the workout itself, let's just do a quick little warm up here. So we're going to start with that world's greatest stretch here. So lunge position. And then we're just going to rotate up here. So really keeping your hips dug into the ground. Switch to the other side. So nice and easy here. Nice job. Okay, next we're going to go into standing, and we're just going to alternate quad stretches here. So just grabbing our foot, bringing it behind. The last one here, we're going to do some knee hugs. So part of this warm up is going to be built into the workout itself. Because as I mentioned, it's not super explosive. More about, stability, control. So you don't need to be quite as warmed up as you might be for a like plyometric or cardio workout like yesterday. Okay, want to make sure I have my timer here. One moment. Which I may not have saved. Hold on 1 second. Just gonna improv here. Okay, all good. Okay, so the exercises are gonna be 50 seconds on, 10 seconds off. So not a ton of rest in between. Again, we're working on this control, so we don't need quite as much rest as we would with like the strength workouts. I'm gonna go through them here. So if you have a wall behind you, that would be ideal. If you don't, I'll show you the alternative. So the first ones are going to be tib raises. So we've heard of calf raises. These are on the other side. So it's like our shins. And we are bringing our feet off the floor and our heels stay on the floor. So from the other side without a wall, we can use our bench that hopefully you have next to you or some sort of chair. We're just leaning forward, holding for 2 seconds at the top, up and back up again. So that's number one. Next one, we have wall sit. So as you would expect, wall sit. If you don't have a wall next to you, same thing, just sitting at 90 degrees here. So this next one are going to be negative single leg squats. So against our chair, we are going down with one we're trying to resist that temptation to plop to the chair. And then we're just going the same thing on one leg. And then coming up with two. So down with one, up with two. Next, we have put your chair into the floor and disrupt your neighbors. Just kidding. Okay, next we have Bulgarians. So one leg down, and we're going 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 down. 1 second hold and up. So that's the tempo for that one. Next one, we just have a few more here. Single leg calf raise. So up with 2, down with 1 for 2 seconds. Up with 2, down with 1 for 2 seconds. And then our final one here is a lunge position, same as those Bulgarians. So 5 seconds down. Hold for 1, and then up with 1. So slow training here. That's kind of the key. Okay, we'll get started. Starting with those tib raises. If you have a chair, that's ideal. If not, I'll kind of show you as we go what we can do as a modification. Here we go. So start with tib raises. So rising our feet off the floor and kind of lean over here. So squeeze those shins, hold for 2, down with 1. You're just kind of going right back up after you're holding for 2 seconds. You should feel a little bit of a burn here as we get going. Last 10 seconds, feeling that. And relax. So shake those out. Next, going into our wall sit, or we're just holding that squat position without a wall. Here we go, 50 seconds. Here we go, going to as close to 90 as we can get. So then take breaks, of course, during these. It's not a ton of rest, just 10 seconds. And we're just cycling through these rounds. So pressing through our heels here. And then this will be the same thing, just really bringing butt back. Our chest is tall rather than rounded here. So just holding this statically for another 15 seconds. And these burn. 5 seconds. 3, 2, 1, and relax. Next, going into negative chair squats. Going on just single leg for this round, or just this left leg for this round. All right, here we go. Up with 2. So you can use this other leg to kind of kickstand yourself to help support. So it's like right when you get to that end range where you want to just fall to the chair, that's where you want to control it as best you can. Then we do the same thing, single leg without a chair. We're just bringing our foot back and then coming up with 2. And relax. All right, into those Bulgarians. So we're on our single leg. You can do the same thing, just bringing that leg back without the chair. Here we go. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, hold, up. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and hold, up. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and hold, up. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and hold, up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and hold, up. last one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and hold and up and shake it out. So slow, only body weight, still really challenging. All right, going into those single leg calf raises. Here we go. You can use your chair, wall, whatever you have around you for support. Up with 2, 1, 2, and down. All on the same leg. Up with 2, 1, 2. So this is where I've said many times, if you're comfortable with it, depending on where you are, if you can be barefoot, that's ideal. Really like spacing out your toes, really getting more dexterity there. But I know it's not always possible depending on where you're at. 5 seconds. 3, 2, 1, and shake it out. All right, going into our lunge, left leg forward. And that is round 1 complete. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Hold. Up. 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 Last 10. Oh. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Hold. And up. And shake that out. 10 seconds rest here. We're going back into those tib raises. So that's round 1 complete. Here we go. Starting with those tib raises here. Should be a little bit of a break from those larger muscle groups that we were just doing. So holding at the top for 2. Then just going right back down and up. And again, you can be here, leaning against anything really. We're just getting the other side of those calves. We do calf raises all the time. This is kind of how we walk, right? It's like we bound using our calves to make us walk forward. We want to get the other side. Last one. All right, shake it out. All right, going into that wall sit or air sit. You want to have a wall next to you. Here we go. So for these, as I've said before, with these kind of static sort of movements, such as like core workouts, we're in like a plank, just tuning into the breath rather than focusing on how much your quads are burning as best you can. Noticing your inhale, your exhale, inhale, exhale, feeling it going through the nostrils, feeling your chest go out, and relax. Nice job. Okay, going into those chair squats, or again, we can just come down with that leg as your kickstand. All right, here we go. Nice and steady. And of course, the higher up your chair is, or if you're doing it this way, the closer in your leg is, the easier it's going to be. Further down, it's going to be more challenging. So this one, not necessarily going for a specific count, but just going as slowly down as you can. and relax. All right, chair squats, or just bringing that back leg back. Right leg is forward. All right, here we go. 5 seconds. So for these, just following along as best you can with me. Because it's really exhausting to count it out loud. And not necessarily going at my tempo. If you want to go just like 3 seconds, you can do that. 2 seconds. Last 15 here. And relax. Shake out that leg. All right, into our single leg. Half raises. Okay, here we go. Up with 2, down with 1. Trying to control that descent for 2 seconds. This one's, again, really challenging just because we don't have a ton of like coordination with our toes. Which is why we're doing it. And those get fatigued really quickly too. Last 5. This is our last one here. Right, and relax into our lunge. The right foot forward. This one I will count. All right, here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Hold up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Hold up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Hold up. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And hold up. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And hold up. 15 seconds. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And hold up. Last one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And hold up. And breathe. Relax there. So take a 2-minute here break or so. We're going to do one more. So usually we'll do 4 rounds, but just because I had to do the little introduction for this first class, that took a few minutes. So grab a drink. We're going to do 1 round of those 6 exercises, and then we'll just alternate at the halfway point for the ones that are single leg. So yeah, all about control. It's kind of all we're doing here. It's not about explosiveness. It's not about speed. It's about controlling our descent. And not only is this strengthening our different parts of our legs, this is really making it more sort of like bulletproof, so to speak, really strengthening the ligaments, the tendons, all of that connective tissue. Okay, let's do it. Starting with those tib raises. Here we go, we're off. Holding up for 2 seconds, really squeezing those at the top. Another 20 seconds here. So this first phase is going to be a lot of just enduring the pain almost of these slow descents. But when we get to the strength portion of this lower body class, take a rest. They're gonna be that much easier because we've kind of built up the foundation of our legs. Okay, here we go, wall sit. All right. Just hanging out here. Maybe tuning into the breath, closing your eyes even. So noticing our inhale, and our exhale. Noticing like sounds in your environment here. Inhale, last 10 seconds. And exhale. And relax. Very nice. Okay. So now we're going to switch for these single legs halfway through. We'll start left leg. Or kickstand it back if you don't have a chair. Here we go. Doing a few per side, just on our left leg for now. Low descent. Last one, this side. And switch it up. Last 10 seconds, get one more in. And relax. Good stuff. Okay. Into those Bulgarians next. Start off with left leg on the ground. And again, kickstanding it back just at a further range of motion. If you don't have a chair. Kind of following along with my count. Hold for a count and up. Last one. Relax, switch it up. Kind of counting maybe to yourself. But ideally it's like 3 to 5 seconds down. Hold for a count. And 1 second up. Last one here. And up. Okay, 10 seconds rest. See, who needs weight? It's still super tough. Okay. Single leg calf raise. We'll just alternate for this one. How about? So coming up with 2, 1, 2, and down. Switch the other leg. So if you really want to challenge yourself, not using any sort of support to hold on to, or just kind of barely grazing it. So that's a week 4 progression, I think. Last 15 seconds. Last 5. This is our last one. Slow down. Last exercise of the day. Lunges either side. We'll start with that left leg forward. Here we go. Gonna keep my hands here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Hold up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Hold up. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And hold up. Switch legs. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Hold up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Hold up. Last one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And hold. and up, and we have made it. Grab yourself a little drink. You have earned it. All right. We'll go into a little hip flexor stretch. If you want to do pigeon, that's the yoga pose, kind of the opposite, where you're just on your stomach. You can do that. Otherwise, we can go here. We're on our backs. Our left legs over our right knee. And then we are holding on to that right knee, kind of weaving our hands through that opening between our legs. And now we're just breathing. So maybe pulling that knee gently towards you. Maybe this is good enough. All right, we switch it up here. So again, if you have kind of like aches and pains from running, perhaps if you're a runner or going to be a runner, now that it's nice out, yay. Then this class might be very beneficial because, again, to just keep reiterating, these slow eccentric movements is like what you do almost in like a PT, physical therapy type protocol. So we're gaining strength, but we're also really strengthening that surrounding tissue, those ligaments and tendons, which is going to alleviate a lot of those aches and pains that we feel in our knees, our hips, shin splints. So if you know someone that has those issues, send them our way. All right, next we're going to go into a kind of classic sit and reach here. We'll bring our right knee bent and then extending over to that left leg. You can have your knee off the ground slightly. Finish up here and I'll go to the other side. And as always, let me know what you thought. Interesting, hard. I didn't have a chair. All good feedback. Switch it up. Last one. Or you were sore from yesterday's cardio class, so this was especially hard. That's the feedback I would give. All right, and give your last breath here. And all set for the day. Thank you all for joining. Please let me know what you thought. Otherwise, get some sunshine and hope to see you back here next time. Yeah, much more intense yesterday's was.